Not gonna die, I'm gonna go mad.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Masks Monday. It has been a while, has it not? Because the stream was hijacked by our wonderful token Italian Giorgio, who ran a rather zany, crazy Pathfinder campaign for us all, the poor sod. And we thoroughly enjoyed it. But we are going back to the serious gloominess, but also nice gloominess of Masks of Nyarlathotep, and we are up to session 30, big 3-0, and we are starting a new chapter, chapter 4, as we get into a new destination. But before then, let me quickly go through new sanity and luck. In fact, no, what am I doing? No, characters, of course, characters. I remember how to keep. That's fine. Shall we start off with this person here?
Oh, hello. I'm Constantina, Bavaria Parks, and I'm in. What country are we in now? Is it Nairobi or something? Did somebody say Nairobi? Is that where? I don't know. We're somewhere. What?
We're
Is that a
going to
country?
Kenya.
Is that a country? Oh, great. Well, look, the point is, I'm here to shoot a dragon.
And our pissed off Punjabi.
Yeah, my name is Pranit Singh Dillon. If I recall correctly, I was part of the British Army forces. Then I joined a couple of people that later became my friends, trying to look into horrific stuff going around the world. A couple of them died in front of my own very eyes in Egypt. That made me really pissed off. And I really hope I don't have to bury any other friends before they have to bury me. Oh,
Hopefully.
I hope not. No one gets buried, I hope. No one of the good guys, at the very least.
And our Canadian.
Yeah, Perry Astor, Canadian, tall, weathered features, short, unruly hair, usually hidden beneath his hat. He's an explorer, hoping to come into his own in this section of the game.
Well, yes, you do like your wilderness trekking and all that, and there's plenty of that to go around. And finally, we have our other colonial passing white person.
Yes, I'm Charles Barrington-Smythe. I'm what I'm what is colloquially referred to as a functionally inebriate. I do enjoy a good snifter of whatever's going, as long as it's alcoholic. And we're on our way to Kenya, which supposedly, apparently, is full of Kenyans. Who knew? And hello, Stephen.
What,
Hello,
are they like
Steve.
people or something?
Yes, so let's quickly do sanity and stuff. So I've got that, and then, like I said before we went live, I'll do a quick for y'all. So, in terms of health, you're now all back to full, because I believe your major wounds were all unticked from extremely expensive healthcare provided by our Constantia rich person. And also the indefinite insanity, in fact, was removed as well, with more private healthcare.
Did you say our hit points were back to full again?
They are back to full, yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes, they are. Thanks to the expensive private healthcare. Constantina. I keep saying your name wrong. I'm so sorry. What is your sanity right now?
Dribble, 25.
Okay, so 25. Okay.
Definitely going to a sanatorium.
Mm-hmm. What's your luck?
That is 62.
62. Okay. Perry? sanity?
I'm not sure about sanity. I think my sheet is got it wrong. It's saying 99, but that's not correct. Or if you got it at last.
You wish.
Well, this was before we did all the rewards because you got a.
It's not 99.
You got a fuck ton of sanity.
Well, it
for
can't
the
go
rewards.
up beyond 100 minus Cthulhu Mythos.
Yeah, and you haven't got any mythos.
I'm going mythos. I'm sure it's not 99 though. My luck is 17.
17. What even
Phil?
with the
Phil, take the win. Take the win now. Take it. Go.
we could. I mean, I can check how much you got later for the rewards.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not 99.
Again, you did do really well.
Hands up, all those who believe that Perry has 99 sanity.
I mean, you're gonna need it. So
See, hey, right,
Oh,
you know who's
confidence.
sticking up for you now.
Pranit, what do you have?
Yeah. I got 78 sanity and 21 luck.
21 luck. And I believe you still have a bonus die.
Let me check my notes, but I do believe I have.
So the maddest person
yeah.
in the party hasn't actually seen anything horrific yet.
No.
Yeah, I do still have the bonus die.
And Charles.
I have 48 sanity and 26 luck.
Okay.
I didn't. I, as is absolutely usual with these things, when you're trying to actually up any stat, you're trying to roll over your current score. And when it's really low, that's when I roll under the damn thing when I'm trying to raise it. And I never get to roll under it any time I actually fucking need it.
I feel your pain, mate.
That's okay.
Yes,
That's
well, your
okay.
character's luck is actually dependent on you as a person's luck, and you don't have any either.
I have no luck whatsoever.
You have more than Pranit still, but okay. So that right. Okay, so quick summary for y'all of what has happened so far. Previously on Masks of Nyarlathotep. So, going back to the beginning, after meeting your good friend Jackson Elias during a terrifying vampire-filled expedition in the highlands of Peru, you got sucked down into the rabbit hole of his research on the Carlyle Expedition, and that their tragic deaths could be a cover-up for something bigger. In the end, it cost him his life as he went in too deep, but you continued to retrace his steps, picking up allies and enemies on the way, and have lost 4 investigators in the process. Now, with Omar al-Shakti dead, Nitocris's body destroyed, and their followers in Cairo all scattered to the sands, your epic globe-trotting journey takes you next to Kenya, where hopefully more questions can be answered. Also, just a couple of details about last session, when you raided Omar al-Shakti's place. You got a couple of loot items, as it were. One of them was a book inconveniently in French, which is a red book, a journal of some sort of a certain Anselme de Montfort, although you don't know who that is. And, of course, the aforementioned Sword of Akmala is now in the possession of Pranit. Obviously,
Yes,
you were able to... Oh, go on.
You do know that somewhere in the heavens, or wherever her ghost is currently residing, we are looking through that French book, and Francoise is going, "Imbeciles! If only I were there."
Indeed. With the sword, you know that, you managed to destroy Nitocris's necklace with it, but in terms of anything else it can do, you don't know yet, although it is a rather big, imposing sword, which is rather nice. Perry also got some tattoos from the Great Bast herself on his hands, and a few spells.
3.
Spells without reading a book. What's going on with that? But yes, anyway, whilst you've been mulling over that on your boat trip, it comes to the morning of the 17th of March on a Tuesday. So it's taken you 7 days to get from Cairo or Port Said down to the port of Mombasa in Kenya. One thing that you've been noticing is that the weather, well, the general temperature has slowly been climbing into the high 20s, early 30s. And in particular, you can feel it very heavily humid in Mombasa. It's very, very, very humid and moist down here, given we're so close to the equator. In terms of customs and things like that, it's pretty much the same as in Egypt, except, of course, Kenya has been under British rule for the past 5 years. So a lot of the rules are going to be very much British based, and you can see the Royal Rifles, the Royal Guard, going round. You do need a permit for guns, but that can be easily obtained in the town. And also, as you, I guess you kind of check into a hotel. There are various people kind of trying to recommend things for you. But I didn't even think to ask, but I'm assuming you're going for the richest place, are you? The most well-off place.
As long as I'm
Just
not
want to-
paying, yes. Because
Yeah.
apparently
I'll
I'm
pick
the
this
only
one up.
poor
You can pay
one.
for the
isn't
next
it?
one.
You mean
Well,
Charles?
I think we probably expected to go somewhere quite decent, wouldn't we? We'd probably stand out if we went somewhere else.
Well, there are two main rich places as a choice. The nicest one of the two being the Castle Hotel, which is the premier hotel. You've also got the Manor Hotel, which is not as grand, but it's still very nice and very decent. Lots of
How
plush
long are we
furnishings
here
and
for?
both.
Is it worth leasing a property and getting some staff, or should we just get a hotel?
Yeah, I think we should get a hotel. This staff are so difficult to come by.
Probably a day or two
the
before we
point is
move on.
hotels have staff already. It saves you having to hire people.
It's probably
Yeah.
a day or two before we move on. We've got a couple of things to check out here in Mombasa, but
Yes, a couple of days is perfect. I feel a pampering coming on.
arrange some tickets to Nairobi.
Okay.
Well, as long as we get one of these dragons you promised me, and good.
Sure thing. So, anyone who needs a permit for your guns, of course, you can get one, and there's no issue with open carry. You can have a rifle slung over your shoulder. It's all absolutely fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all fine. One thing, though, Pranit in particular notices this. I imagine Charles and Constantina don't notice it at all. But everywhere is quite dramatically segregated between different skin colors. So you've got, of course, white people who are at the top, and they get all the privileges. You have basically Kenyans, people who speak Swahili and Arabic, but still African, but speak Arabic. Within Mombasa, they get pretty much nothing. They're treated very badly. A lot of them are sort of domestic servants. They get beaten and things like that, you notice. And then there's a middle class for Arabs and Indians.
So is Pranit allowed to stay in the same hotel as us?
I'll say that, I mean, yeah, because you're paying, and he's kind of, I guess, passing off as a servant almost. So you can kind of get him in there. There's not a problem. And also, interestingly, apparently, if you're like a really rich Arab or rich Indian, then sometimes, depending on the kind of discretion of the owner or, I don't know, driver or something, then you can mix with white people. So I wasn't going to kind of hard on, you can't go in anything at all sort of thing with everybody else. So that is all good. Cool. Okay. So check into your hotel. Again, very nice, very, very plush. Get some food, freshen up, things like that. lots of very nice sort of choices of things like seafood, bison, things like that. What you notice as well, Pranit, is that non-whites, whether they're Indian or Arabic, they still speak Swahili. And even though you can't really speak Swahili, because you know Arabic, you know a little smitten of Swahili because it's kind of like some words are borrowed. So if you ever, just for mechanical terms, if you ever want to try and make a Swahili roll, you can, but basically it's like the quarter amount of your skill, which I believe is have you got 30 Arabic?
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's 31. Yeah, so a quarter
Yeah,
would
so
be
you don't-
6.
Yeah, so you've only got a little tiny bit, but even so, you can still you recognize that it is Swahili, for example, and you might be able to say a couple of words, that kind of thing.
All right.
Yeah. So you're treated very nicely in the hotel. The guy, well, the sort of main host is a very kind of champagne Charlie sort of guy. So he's willing to kind of wait on you hand and foot a bit, and provide all this luxury and so on. But doesn't, of course, treat his employees particularly well, given their skin color. But anyway, so as morning goes on, obviously you've got a few leads that you want to do, but yeah, take it away. Maybe over some food, discuss something you'd like to do for the day.
I want to make sure I've got a permit for my guns.
Yeah, same.
First.
Most definitely.
And then I think we should make an appointment to see this colonial undersecretary and this Lieutenant Mark Selkirk.
Yeah, I'd say that's the easier option, to talk with law enforcers first. Yeah, I'd say we speak first, if I have any voice in this, with Lieutenant Selkirk, because he's actually the one that found the remains of the Carlyle Expedition. And then from there we can climb up to all the politics part and then talk to Corridon.
Well, certainly, myself and Ms. Bavaria Parks will be able to, no doubt, facilitate you meeting the Undersecretary. I'm sure he'll have a drink stool that we'll be able to attend, and grease the palms, as it were. It'll be easy enough to arrange a drinky.
You want me to bribe someone?
Well,
yeah, also given the fact that I don't actually drink, Charles, as you know it. I don't believe
that's okay. That's okay. I can have your share.
Well, it might come to bribing, but we won't start with that.
No, not bribery. No. Merely, we might have to grease a few palms just to facilitate the drinking.
Oh, well.
No, it's merely a finder's fee.
Very confusing as a man, Mr. Barrington-Smythe. Well, whatever you need to do to find these dragon things.
Well, I think actually probably, although we need to talk to the Undersecretary and the Lieutenant, I think probably one of the best things we can do is this AJ Singh, I think, is probably going to be the best way of finding who we're looking for, because he's obviously receiving these things coming from
Yes,
Gavagan.
your investigation thing, isn't he? He's getting that stuff from Gavagan.
So he's getting that stuff from Gavagan, so he's probably really important to track down.
Perhaps the lieutenant knows this AJ Singh's whereabouts.
He might well do. But if we get a gun licenses sorted out, and then go and see the lieutenant, that's a good
Oh,
start.
hold on. Do you have a cop? Excuse me. I head over to the concierge.
We know the location of this Mr. Singh. It was in all the notes you wanted me to read. I looked at a couple of them. The harbour.
Kilindini. It's really hard to read and really annoying because it's all in calligraphy. But yeah, Kilindini Harbour. That is one of the basically Mombasa
In a
is
country called Mombasa.
so
Yeah.
Mombasa is basically it consists of an island, various sort of big creeks, and the city kind of spills out onto the mainland from there. So you assume that the harbour is like it's on the main island where you are now, but kind of on the larger side, where the river is larger, if that makes sense. Wider.
Yeah, I think he could be our best chance of tracking down where the cult is, because obviously he's receiving these items. So,
Well, let's get our gun license and pay him a visit. So you think this man is evil, right? One of these cultists you mentioned.
it's a distinct possibility. Yes.
I'm heading over to the concierge.
Yeah.
Tell me, my friends and I are looking to perhaps get a license for some of our firearms.
Yes, sir.
Just so that we know we're not being shortchanged. Do you know anyone who actually has such a license? I'd like to know what one looks like so that we know we're not getting sold a forgery.
This guy is he's either Kikuyu or Swahili, but he looks at you confused and says, "You can get a permit from the government house."
Yes, I just wanted to see one because I'm very
Well, he kind of looks as if like, well, I would have one, obviously, but one moment, sir, I will get the owner.
Well, you know exactly what I'm going to do, don't you?
Mhm.
I'm going to see what one looks like. I'm going to forge them.
Yeah. I know.
Stop paying for them.
Why?
So,
Stop paying for them.
So the owner, James, he's more than happy to show you his. They're all the same, old boy. And there's no issue with you getting one, is there?
No. I just I was recently in darkest Peru, you see, and the poor man there showed me a fake. Caused a bit of a stink, you see.
But I
Well,
thought you joined up. Oh, hang on. You're on your own.
There's a reason why it's called darkest Peru. It's probably quite dark, isn't it?
Yes,
We're in British colonial territory, sir.
I know, but it has rather scarred me somewhat. Yes, that's lovely. Thank you. I'm just going to let my friends know. Thank you so much. Yes, wonderful. Yes, thank you.
Shouldn't take
I
very
say
long,
thank you.
only a matter of minutes, especially if you've been to other places.
Head back to the table. Well, that was useless. Well, I suppose we could go to Government House, pick up permits. I was going to consider making our own, but quite frankly, they're so bloody primitive.
But you're not a government official.
No, but I can do a very good facsimile of one.
Why
Well, I
would
say
you
we
do that?
swing by. I say we swing by Government House on the way to the harbour and just pick up a few. I mean, that's what they're there for.
Well, But also, we can also introduce ourselves with regards to perhaps getting an audience with that undersecretary that you're so interested in meeting.
And what is it we're looking to get from him exactly?
Just think,
The undersecretary, you mean?
Yes.
He was one of the people Elias interviewed. And
I don't believe Elias's the report he gave to Elias, or the report he gave out to the papers, I don't think was the entirety of the information. I think there was information being held back there.
Yeah, it says with his interview, nothing conclusive was learned. So, yes, it's implying that he just kind of gave the conventional story, which we all know is not actually
We
true.
could maybe try to press him and see if he buckles, as it were.
Okay. So you head over to Treasury Square, it's called, which is basically where all the colonial administration takes place in Mombasa. You get guns easily. Pranit, you're kind of checked more thoroughly, but given that there's three of you there and you have money and you vouch for him, it doesn't take much longer. And also, you look quite rich, which helps.
Do I look rich? I do not.
I mean, to them you probably do because your turban's a nice color and you've got a sword that's quite valuable.
I still got a 20 in credit rating, so I don't look rich at all.
Yeah, but you kind of, you are with them, and
Rich is
some of them
relative.
are rich.
It's subjective.
He is a bit scruffy, isn't he? If we're passing a clothes shop later, maybe we.
Oh
could
yeah,
get him a few
there are
bits.
there's plenty of shops run by Indians in particular. If you want some nicer attire.
And once we're done here, perhaps we could put some nicer rags on him.
My clothing is perfectly fine.
I'm sorry, Pranit. I wasn't speaking to you just then.
However, when you ask about Corridon, and they say that he isn't based in Mombasa, he's based in Nairobi. In terms of Lieutenant Selkirk, they've not heard of him, but they also say that there is a regiment based in Nairobi. So is it possible that he could be up there?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, we actually jumped the gun with a couple of those questions.
Yeah,
So we can, once we've got our permits, we can head off to the docks and try and track down this A.G. Singh.
yes.
Just to answer Stephen's question, yes, Call of Cthulhu still has the appearance statistic. I'm just above average in my appearance. However, I make up for that with money. And in answer to your previous comment, Stephen, no, tiny violins are not playing for me right now. Huge string orchestras are.
I'm notably
Okay.
above average, and I don't need to make up for anything with money because I already own everything.
Okay, so as you're heading to Kilindini Harbour, which is basically on the sort of southwest side of the main island of the city, everyone but Charles, you get a tick for spot hidden. You all notice that there's this young man about sort of 20, maybe a bit younger than that. You've noticed him in certain places, like recurring. And he's just either he's sort of sitting somewhere like on a bench, or he's kind of just sort of against a wall.
What, the same child?
The same guy, yeah. You've seen him. You've seen him a few
child,
times.
a bit older.
How old is he looking? Yeah.
Sort of 20, 18, 20.
Is he?
Uh,
What ethnicity
he-
is he?
He looks to be Indian.
Okay. Are
I'm
we
going to
being
talk with him.
followed by one of your lot, Pranit?
I'm not going to lean on how racist this question is, but yes, that may be an Indian man, so I'm going to talk to him.
Okay, you go and
Okay.
talk to him. Okay. Do you just sort of march up to him?
Given where he is now, I'll try and see if it is easier for me to directly approach him because he has nowhere to run, or maybe find a different route in order to just appear behind him,
Okay.
not noticed.
Okay, so as you approach him and he sees you approaching him, he tries to run.
I'm following the fucker.
Okay.
Of course I am.
Can I have a con roll, please?
Yeah, where did our friend go?
It's a chase.
see, he took off after the other guy, that young
Is
man.
anyone else
over there.
following?
Yes, absolutely.
In the chase,
Other,
give me a
what
con
other
roll.
guy?
That's a regular pass.
Regular pass. Okay.
Regular,
What's your-
sorry.
Yeah, regular. What's your movement speed, Pranit?
7.
7. Okay.
What other guy? I didn't see anyone.
Some young guy that seems to be following us. I think Pranit took offence and went to confront him.
Oh, well, yeah.
Constantina?
I have passed my con roll. I could be pushed to harder if I need to. My movement is 9.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. In fact, you're faster than Pranit is. You just kind of bolt after. So
So much fun. It's like hunting big cats.
do you, since the others have pointed out who this person is, do you give chase as well, Charles? Try
Wrongly.
to give chase. Say it again. Sorry, you froze.
Yeah, you all froze as well. Yeah, I'm going to give chase.
All right.
Well,
give me a con
not so much give chase. Because I don't know who they're looking at. I'm just following the leader at this point.
roll. Mhm. Okay.
We're all chasing
Um,
Pranit.
My movement rate is 8.
Movement rate's 8. Okay.
Yeah, my movement rate is 9.
Yep. What's your con roll, Charles?
That was a normal pass.
Oh, for fuck's
Yeah, yeah.
sake, I'm
Awesome.
fucking turtle.
Oh, I need to make a con roll.
Yes, please.
That's a hard pass.
Oh, hard. Okay. And what's your movement again?
I have a movement of 8.
8. Okay, so you also catch up. So basically, Pran's kind of pointed out, and he just goes. Whoop.
And everyone's
Okay.
right past him.
Okay, lovely. Oh, actually, no, I beg your pardon. You no, that's an extreme, isn't it? Okay, yeah, but even so, you're still kind of in range. So it's Constantia Constantina even who's gone.
So what you're saying is Pranit gave chase, and we all decided to follow him from ahead of him.
Yeah, basically. Okay, so. Okay, actually, to the point of it's basically. Oh no, I haven't done Perry, have I? I beg your pardon. What was your roll, Perry?
Well, I have a normal pass and a 9 movement speed.
Okay, yeah. So actually, from the mechanics, because yeah, Charles, I thought it was a hard that moves you up, but it doesn't. It's an extreme. So you're hanging back with Pranit. So the chase happens with Constantina and Perry, with this guy. The streets are very tight and narrow, and he zips through them. There's various sort of little market stalls and things like that, people carrying pots, food and all sorts. They have to kind of navigate your way around. So can I get you both to roll me a dex, please? A dex roll.
Dex.
That is a pass.
That is a pass just by 2, but normal pass. He does seem to know where he's going.
Okay. So he actually he tries to kind of jump over this store, but he actually just manages to fall short, and he kind of trips a bit. I'm just going to see if he gets back up in time. Yes, he does. Okay, so you keep running. Can you make me con rolls again, please? The two of you.
0-1.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
21, so that's a hard pass.
Okay, fantastic. So with the crit, I'll say that you automatically catch him up. You're on him at this point. What do you wanna do?
I shall strike him across the back of the head with the butt of my rifle.
Okay, fantastic. Okay. Can you roll me some brawl damage for that?
A brawl to hit, yeah. So I missed by 8. So I mean, I could.
No,
that,
as
but it's
in
quite
like
a bit.
as in
brawl
like
damage.
yeah, like if you're bludgeoning, something like that.
Okay.
I
I
think
don't really know what dice to roll.
It'd
It'd be an improvised weapon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like a D6.
Yeah, I do believe that batons are D6.
D6 in
That's
any
a
damage
three.
range you've got. A 3. Okay. Okay. He obviously gets hit, kind of in the cranium, and he falls over. He's not unconscious by any means. You can see that you've left a little bit of a wound or a dent. But yeah, he's now on the floor. Perry, you catch up fairly quick as well with your hard pass.
Yeah, I'll catch up, and as I'm arriving on the scene, I'll draw my pistol and point it at him and stay down.
What is the matter?
This was also unnecessary.
It escalated really quickly.
It did.
Why are you following us?
I'm not following you. What are you talking about?
Yes, you are.
I love the juxtaposition of asking.
Oh, yes, you are.
I love the juxtaposition of asking a man that you've just chased down and fought and bludgeoned. Why are you following us?
Okay, then why are you running away?
So you kind of go back and forth a bit, but he you managed to get his name out of him at least, which is Avtar Singh.
Perhaps you should wait until Pranit turns up. We can question him properly.
Yeah.
He seems to be speaking in English, though, so we can perhaps already question him. I mean, I know he's one of them, but he still seems to speak our language.
I do speak English, yes. A little.
Then why are you following us? And don't say you weren't, because you were.
I wasn't. I
See,
live
all
in.
over
Told you
the
not.
city so
Just told
far.
you not to say that. He doesn't speak English at all.
You told me, yes, but I can say what I like. I live here. At this point, Pranit and Charles, you're kind of huffing and puffing a bit, but you do kind of, you kind of know where they are roughly, so you do eventually sort of turn up.
Is that the bounder?
Yes,
Pranit, little boy, is that the bounder?
Yeah, damn my short legs.
I have not
All right.
stolen anything. You can check my pockets if you want.
You're obviously a member of the cult and you have their pictures and you're hunting them, correct? I'm right, aren't I?
Pardon? Cult?
You're a member of a
What is
cult
that?
and you have their pictures and you're hunting them, is that right? Because that's what I'm assuming.
Pictures of what?
Well, these
Pranit,
pictures-
perhaps, given that you cited the bounder, you might want to take over this particular interrogation.
I just speak to him in Punjabi.
He does speak Punjabi, yes.
And I ask him if he is more comfortable in speaking in Punjabi instead of English.
Yes, I can speak Punjabi. That is my mother tongue.
So nice to meet you. My name is Pranit. And
My name is
we
Avatar.
actually, nice to meet you, Avatar. We actually noticed you along the harbor. We are actually just having a walk, but we noticed you in different places as we went by. Is there any particular reason why you're following us? Because you definitely are. Three of us noticed you.
Because you were all together, I imagine. So you all noticed me at once.
Yeah, that doesn't really answer the question that I asked you. Why are you following us? Not why we noticed you. I
I'm
know why
telling
we
you,
noticed you.
I'm not following you. I live here. I go to different places during the day.
I'm not buying this shit, but I'm dumb as a rock. So, if I'll try to, what I want to do is I reach the oh fuck, my English brain is shut off again. Just let me check the correct word. Just a sec. All right. So I'd like to reach the hilt of my scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Just putting my hand on it.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to ask you twice. So if you have anything else to say, I'd rather say it now if I were you.
Mm-hmm. So that's going to be an intimidate.
Intimidate. Oh fuck, he's scared shitless. That's an hard pass.
A hard. Okay. Give it a tick. He's obviously worried that you're brandishing this sword and you're kind of threatening to draw it. And he says, "Okay, fine. I was following you. I'm curious. Is all. Lots of people come, day to day. They come and go, but I've not seen you before. That is all. I was people watching."
Yeah, some sort of thief, more like.
Is that this uncommon to have tourists here?
There have been more tourists, I suppose, coming to Mombasa recently.
And you were following all of them? How you were following us?
Luck of the draw, I suppose.
I just translate to the others what we've been just saying to one another. Apparently, it was curious.
Well, he might be a common thief looking to rip us off, or he could be involved in the cult following where we are. So,
What does the bloody tongue mean to you, I say?
He just looks as if he's never heard of it. Although you can give me psychology rolls if you're trying to. I'm assuming you're trying to like.
Yes, I could spend 3 luck.
I cannot spend the 81. So
pass by
that's
one.
You
Normal
passed,
pass.
okay. Then I shall not spend luck.
Only by one, but a pass.
Okay, so still regular pass. Yeah. He's obviously like hiding stuff from you. He's just trying to deflect everything that you're trying to get out of him. Whether he's heard the bloody tongue or not, you think he might have, but you don't know how much he knows about it.
all right.
Yeah, still could be our option.
Well,
Also-
we're only here for a few days, aren't we? So why don't we just take him to the British, ask them to look after him for a few days?
Yes, I'm sure with your connections with your name, you could get him locked up for a couple of days.
Yes.
No, I just have another question for our new friend here. Are you somehow related to some person known as Aja?
What, by blood, I'm assuming that you're asking?
Yes.
There are lots of people called Singh. It is a common Indian name, as you know.
For fuck's sake, do you know any Aja or you do not? No.
No.
Yeah, I think Constantia's idea is pretty good. We take him to the police and claim he was trying to pickpocket us and get locked up for a couple of days.
You don't
Well,
have any
well, we're
proof? I
here.
haven't got anything on me. I already told you. Look. And he takes his pockets and there's nothing in them. What, you're going to say that I
but-
stole the air from you? Is that it?
You tried to pickpocket, you weren't successful.
Absolutely. Yes, they're bound to listen to us. Yes.
Saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, there's the word of two Europeans saying, unfortunately, that an Indian kid tried to steal from them. I don't think they're going to believe you.
A few days in the cells is sort of
Even if it is really sad for me to notice this, but I don't believe they'll trust a single word that you say. And maybe they will get you in for more than a couple of days.
Maybe they can tell me themselves.
Right then, we'll start marching him off then to the nearest army
Yeah.
/ police.
Yeah, at least they'll be following us around the city.
Okay. They obviously believe you in that, oh yeah, he tried to pickpocket and things like that. And, you know, he's not dressed particularly fancifully either. So, yeah, okay. So they do chuck him in for a good sort of couple of days at least.
Well, at least that gets rid of our tail.
Mm.
Well, that's that character.
I just hope he
That's a
doesn't
record.
prove useful.
Okay. Are you still intending to go and see Aja Singh?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So obviously that sets you back a little bit time-wise, but you're still not too far away from Kilindini Harbour. When you get there, the really tight streets kind of open up into this huge harbour, very sort of sparkling waters and things like that, and a few sort of industrial buildings. It's easy to get directions to Singh's place. It just appears to be a fairly basic-looking warehouse and an office. And door to the warehouse is open. There's obviously quite a lot of like items and things in there that are all kind of boxed up. There's some others kind of bringing things in. One man does approach you. He's very sort of approachable and hospitable, and says, "Oh, good. Well, I suppose it's almost good afternoon now, isn't it? What can I do for the four of you?" He's sort of in his late 30s, maybe 40s.
We're looking for the proprietor, AJ Singh.
Oh, Aja. He is not
Aja.
here, I'm afraid. He is actually away in India for a good 6 weeks or so. But I look after the place while he is gone. My name is Opinder. How can I help you?
We were trying to track down a shipment from a friend of ours in London.
All right.
Mr. Gavigan.
Gavigan. Ooh, Gavigan. Come into my office. I will get you refreshments, and I will look through the records and see what I can find for you.
Can you repeat the name of this man again, please?
Yes, it's Opinder.
Right.
And Sprite, he hasn't got a character portrait. So he brings you whatever you like, sort of tea, some nice sort of little refreshments and things, and he starts going through stuff. You definitely kind of get the impression he's sort of dragging the conversation out a little bit. But after a while, he says to you, "No, I cannot see any Gavigan here. Is that a British name? Italian?"
Yeah, definitely British. Yes, yes. I turn to Perry at this point and say, does this Gavigan, is he, perhaps he's used the name of his employer or his work or
The
whatever.
institute, the Penhew Institute, maybe.
Penhew.
Foundation.
Penhew Foundation. Let me look. And again, he kind of goes through. Again, he's kind of drawing it out, and he's kind of making the point of looking through various ledgers and so on. Whilst this is going on, and you're kind of waiting. Just so you know, kind of what's in the office. There is a safe in this office. Not quite as nice quality as Omar al-Shakti's, so if you wanted to, you could probably get that open without too much of an issue. Pranit, you notice when he puts down one of the ledgers, it's actually in Hindustani, and it's very kind of tiny writing as well, like kind of scrawly Hindustani. So whilst the majority of people in Punjabi can speak Hindustani, I wasn't going to say no, you can't, because it's not a skill. It's still very hard for you to read, like from where you're sitting. He kind of goes through again, makes a point, and says, "No, I'm sorry. The name did not ring a bell to me. I cannot see anywhere. But we do many different exports. America, for example. We do to
On the
Britain.
4th of December 1924.
24. Yeah.
Or
Invoice.
Or thereafter.
Invoice number 32129.
That is a very specific number.
It is exactly a specific number. That's the whole point of it.
It's a very specific invoice.
What I'll say is, without the psychology role, the fact that you've given this very, very precise information that only he would potentially recognize, he is hiding something. Yeah.
Okay, probably. Yeah. Maybe we've got the wrong place then. Perhaps we've got the wrong name. We'll come back later.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I can't be of any more help. But are you here in Mombasa for long?
No. We're moving on very quickly.
Right. You might want to drive further down the dock, perhaps. Could be somebody there who is involved in this Gavigan person, the Penhew Institute. What did you say? Institute Foundation.
Can you suggest anyone with a similar name?
What, to this Gavigan person?
No, to another Singh, another importer.
Does he have a son or nephew by the name of Avatar?
Who, me?
No, the owner, Mr. Singh.
Oh, Aja. Yes. Now, how is he related? He would be his grandnephew.
Oh. Well, it's always lovely to find family reunions. I just love them so much. Let's get out of here.
Yes. If there is nothing else, lady, gentleman.
Yes. Yes. Lovely, this place. Absolutely lovely.
Yes, we've obviously been given the wrong name. I'm very sorry about interrupting you.
It is not a problem, sir. I'm here to help. Again, I'm sorry I can't be of any more help.
Looking at his clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, is he well dressed, or is it sort of off the rack? Or
he's not wearing cultist robes, if that's what you mean. But,
no, I'm more looking.
Yeah, he is quite well dressed.
Yeah, I was more trying to gauge his wealth based on what he was wearing.
I mean,
If you're
he's
the
not
man of means,
he's not
or
as rich as you, but yeah, he's got sort of a nice robe on.
I don't think we're doing quite that badly in the campaign that Jason needs to signpost to quite as we're cultist robes.
no, I was more thinking if he, I was more thinking if he was kind of lacking, I might try and bribe him. But if he's
Actually, it might be worth visiting the dock office to find out if this guy's story is true. That Singh is in India and they've just not bumped him off and taken over.
well, I don't think we can take anything that guy has just said at face value, given the fact we've just caught him in a barefaced lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that we take everything he said with a grain of salt, because of
Oh,
course
bloody-
he's being bullshitting us.
Whole bloody packet of it. Yeah, I think maybe double checking with the dock officer is probably a good idea.
Okay. He very politely sort of sees you off the premises, although you do notice that, as well as kind of the general workers kind of moving stuff about, he does seem to have a bit of brute force of various different nationalities that are just sort of hanging around, overseeing things.
As we walk around the nearest corner, if I look back, is he still watching us?
No, he's not. But you
Okay.
do notice a couple of his, let's call them lackeys, are just lingering a little bit, again with a sort of a curiosity, because obviously, again, you've not been in here before, maybe.
Okay, let's double check at least his story about his employer being away for a few weeks, because all of a sudden every statement he said is now under review.
Oh,
Okay.
the paperwork's definitely there. I'm confused why we didn't push harder. Are you looking to break in or something? Sounds very exciting. Can't I just buy the company?
When I was looking round, I was considering that offer, but
If it is a cultist organisation, then it's not going to sell. Though,
yeah, it's not going to sell.
But nice idea. A few pennies in the right area might actually help us a great deal.
Yeah.
Well, let's
But
try
anyway,
the dock officer first.
yes, you go there, and
Especially in that area.
in terms of the whereabouts of this Ajay Singh, that was actually true. They do confirm that he is away in India for at least a few weeks. They confirm that Opinder Singh looks after the place whenever he's away. In terms of
What's
just
family trees are so interesting. Is Oppend a relative? Is it son?
Oh,
or-
I don't know if it's son or nephew, but they're quite a large family, actually. There's quite a few.
Getting that impression.
yes.
And he has quite a prestigious company, Mr. Singh. He's mostly well thought of. In terms of the kind of things he exports, it's a little bit niche. But there are some more mundane things like tea and spices that he deals with. So all sorts of things really that go off all over the globe.
And what about his extended family? Do they have other business interests?
I believe his niece has a tea shop up in Nairobi.
Oh, I do like a spot of tea.
Well, you've come to the right place, sir.
I do like a spot of tea. Well, in moderation. I have been keeping with the
Yes.
flask.
I mean, nobody stops you.
Okay.
Can't stop myself, moreover.
Grandniece would be this Abja's mother, then, would it? I take it.
Probably. No, I'm more. Given that we're taking everything that Upinder said with a pinch of salt, the fact that he mentioned that Abja was the guy's great nephew, he rather neglected to mention that he was also related to the young boy himself. He left
Well,
that.
we didn't
buried
really
that
ask.
That
headline.
question.
Yeah, you didn't ask him.
No, we didn't ask
We
that.
didn't ask him, and it's not actually our business, according to him, at the very least.
Buried that headline.
Yeah, given what we've just been said, I don't actually know how much we can actually accomplish here in Mombasa without having to do some other stuff in Nairobi.
Well, I'm wondering if we break into the warehouse, we look at the ledgers, we could see where this stuff maybe is going. We could have an address in Nairobi.
I just say, hello, Brisley, and
Hey,
Steve
Brisley.
has just said there is a whole bad catalogue of episodes for this adventure.
Yes, he's just
Obviously
corrected
went
it.
back catalogue.
He's just corrected. We're back.
Well, thank you, Steve. Thank you for joining us week after week. Bad catalog.
And yes,
Indeed.
hello, Brisley.
Is that
Hello,
from
Brisley. I don't know you.
the
Hello.
Blood Bowl community?
Brisley is a YouTuber who I recently discovered that is doing the Blood Bowl League thing that I've joined and have been thrashed at repeatedly.
Yeah, she's.
My team
That's
is
the
now
first.
mostly dead.
I'm subscribed to his channel because I like to watch the highlights of Steve's matches.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Verdus.
You'll get to see the highlights of me being defeated soon. And dying repeatedly. Anyway, back to the game.
Yes. So
So we know that this Aja is sending stuff to the Juju house, but we haven't have any sort of confirmation by this Hopinder. After we had him arrested, and apparently is the grandnephew of Aja himself, while Hopinder is somehow related in some other way. And there's a niece that owns a tea shop in Nairobi.
Yeah.
Is that all?
that's what you got so
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
That's what we've got so far, but they were obviously onto us the moment we arrived and knew we were coming.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they sent the
They had
the
a message
kid
ahead of
looking
time.
after us. Yeah.
My character is, of course, completely surprised at this whole notion. As a player, I am wearily accepting the fact that the bad guys are well ahead of us.
How could it be though? I mean, we didn't tell anybody that we were coming here.
No, which means
The
either
Nazi woman.
we were followed, or they made an educated guess.
Or they've told all of their different cult cells everywhere
That's also a possibility.
that
Yeah.
they
just-
already left Egypt. Therefore,
They-
be on the lookout for these people.
Yeah, just send up the bat signal. Which means if that is the case,
The bloody tongue signal.
if that is the case, then the people in Egypt that sent out that communique will have no doubt have heard back from the people here saying, yeah, they've just arrived in Mombasa.
Well, hopefully we might have took him off the streets and had communication before he got the message back, perhaps.
And you're absolutely sure the only way we can get and hunt one of these dragons is by working against this cult, yes?
Definitely.
Yes. I can guarantee you that if we're working against them, you will get to see those dragons. The only thing that we require is that we're a
taxidermist.
long way away
Yes.
when it
no,
happens.
I need to make sure I get a taxidermist here because I left my last one in Egypt.
You never got hold of your Venetian ice cream either.
No, unfortunately, I left before it arrived.
Do we think this Opinder is in on it, or is he just?
Yes.
We do. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look, he's definitely covering. Whether he's a cult member, probably. Right, but he's definitely covering because
He's definitely
hiding
covering
the shipments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he could be just an employee under orders, though. But
Which
Yeah.
means he knows that the cult has
strong.
power over him. Which probably means he's a member. It also makes sense why his relative would be following us.
I do think that we could shortcut everything if we can break in and find out an address where this stuff is going.
I mean, the only worry I have about the breaking in is the fact
guards.
He's got goons.
Well,
He's got
He's
guns,
got-
we've got guns,
He's got multi.
and you two've got money.
I'm
Yeah,
not entirely
yeah,
sure it's morally correct to do something like that.
It's an evil cult trying to take over the world.
Well, so you say, but you're talking about breaking and entering. That is a crime.
Yes. Yes. We it is a crime. It's very much a crime. However, it's one of those crimes that doesn't get reported. In fact, I would say it's a victimless crime. Even if we kill someone, there'd still be a victimless crime.
I'm not sure that works how you think it does.
Yeah, I assure you, I've been there. It's
no,
it's definitely a victimless crime.
I'm all for breaking in. You've lost me.
You want the one? You want the one stuck in a bloody bird cage by these bastards? It's a victimless crime, believe me.
Okay. Well, if we're going to do something like that, then I think we should ask the spirits for guidance.
Oh, believe me, I am.
Ask the who for what now?
No. I have in my luggage a Ouija board.
Amazing.
You have a bit of wood with letters written on it.
Well, yes. I mean,
And
I
what are you
think
gonna do,
you
hit the
guys are
guardian,
into all this
or-
occult stuff, so why
I-
not break it out?
You'll have a yes board?
A Ouija board.
A yes board, yes.
It says yes and
Yeah.
no's and letters and
Yes, it just says yes in French and yes in German. It's a yes board.
For fuck's sake. I actually got this and I said, no, come on, I can't write.
That's actually where it comes from.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sad now.
What's up? What? Why?
No, about this pun. This pun made me sad. The yes board.
That's not a pun. That's actually where it comes from. The board.
I'm even sadder now.
That's actually where Ouija board comes from. It's just we in French and we in German. Yes in French and yes in German put together.
So we are breaking in, is that correct?
If the spirits say yes, then that's what we should do.
Stanza.
Right, at this part, I
and
get out
Charles
my.
are going to hold a seance, and me and Parry and Pranit are going to get the job done. Yes.
Yeah. At this point, I get out my flask.
Again.
Yeah, I don't think that flask is big enough there, Charles.
Hello, hello. Yes. Should we break in and try and find information? Yes, we should. See, the spirits have spoken.
You can have a bonus die for that. Brilliant.
Yes, I think we should. I think we should try and find out where this stuff is going. But I don't see what value this Ouija board thing has. I'm afraid.
It allows you to communicate with the spirits.
Are you wanting to do this now, or say
Well,
back at the hotel? Back at the hotel.
It's in my
Okay.
luggage. I
Is
don't
there any-
carry it around with me.
Is there any risk of contacting French spirits?
Oh God, please no. Right. You've just made a very, very dangerous possibility even
given her an
more
idea now.
worrying.
Break in now, you imbeciles! What are you doing?
Well, before we see if we bring Francois back from the dead, shall we take a short break?
Yes, please. All right. See you later.
Hello, hello.
Hello. So we're doing a seance now in Cthulhu. What can go wrong?
Well, look, my character has a load of occult, so I thought, what does she do? Why has she got all this occult? And I just thought, what the hell?
It's to get her friends into trouble.
Is it actually feasible for the players to attempt to reach minimum safe distance during the seance? Are we allowed to do this?
Wow. Steve says Ouija was actually released by Waddington's as a child's game in the UK.
All right.
I actually wonder if it was even around in the 20s, but what the hell? Let's just go for it.
It's
Just reading something. I'm not ignoring you.
Oh dear. You've got to check on stuff. We're in trouble.
Yeah, no, a bit like when Francois phoned the Penny Foundation. It's like, well, I wasn't expecting it, but give me a moment. And
Oh, he's deciding whether we're actually going to contact a spirit. If so, which one?
my money's on Francois. The way this is going,
Bast, maybe? Because
Sorry, I'm
Harry's
back.
got the tattoos.
Mhm.
The Nyarlathotep. He's got his
is it-
eye on you.
Ouija's in the States in 1886.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. We're educational here.
Right. So, is anybody wanting to do the seance with Constantina, or is it very much
Not
a
on
one-woman
your-
show?
Fucking life.
Oh, Harry, Pranit, are you going to join me?
Yes, I am.
Not particularly spiritual myself, but I suppose I'll sit in just to.
Not
Fantastic!
not a chance. I have spoken with the spirits. They said it was all right. As far as I'm concerned, gin, and we're good.
Okay, well, I'll have to go put something lacy on.
Like a veil, sort of.
Well, I could sit in for a minute.
Wow.
So
Okay,
a little
so-
while
No,
later,
it's
I'll
not
come
something.
out dressed entirely in black.
So Charles goes off to have a nice buffet or drinks or something, and I guess
Mostly
unless
drinks.
there's anything specific that you want to do, by the way, if you do that,
No, mostly drinks.
mostly drinks. Okay.
Various
Um,
runners have to go out
what-
to various shops and buy all the candles.
Yeah, once you realize that Constantina is not wearing sort of lacy lingerie, it's like, oh right, okay, never mind, you had enough. The others, you're kind of sitting in with it. Are you getting them to do the whole hand motion with you, or are you just doing that solo?
Yeah, no, we'll just go fully in. I'll wail and everything. I
wish
think
Charles-
Constantina believes in this stuff.
I wish Charles left his flask actually, but
Oh, not an heiress, Steve. She's self-made. She
I
actually.
feel like
mean-
quoting Charlton Heston. You'll have to take it out my cold dead fingers.
Father gave her a small loan of a couple of million, but that was it. The rest she made herself.
Okay,
She
so
pays the stock
you
exchange,
get
and she's actually very good at it.
okay, so you get the room all nice and atmospheric and dark, lots of candles everywhere, all in like groups of 3, lighting them up and stuff, and you kind of sit with your hands like on the table like this with the Ouija board, and whether I don't know, you show them what to do or you sort of start doing the hand movements. Is there a specific question you want to ask?
Yes. So, well, first of all, she goes through all the wailing and spirits, we want to reach to you to talk through us. Come into us now, and all this kind of crap. And then eventually, she'll get to the point: is it wise for us to do the deed on this warehouse store, this goods? What is it? A goods emporium, an importer. Should we investigate it after hours?
Could I have, out of the three of you, a group luck roll? So that will probably be.
Mine's 17.
It's Perry, yeah.
Oh,
It's Perry.
Oh. 26. So I've missed.
Okay. So there's a bit of kind of fading of a voice in and out, and you don't know who that is. But then they kind of fade in, and you can start hearing them more clearly. It is the voice of an African American man. And he says, I don't suppose you know where my pipe is, do you? I can't seem to find it anywhere.
Oh, we've got some.
Where did I put that damn thing? Always losing it.
Who have
It's
we
odd,
reached?
because I smoke it all the damn time.
What is your name, sir? Who have we reached?
This kind of pauses and things. Hello, who is that?
I am Constantina, Bavaria Parks. I'm speaking to you now beyond the veil.
I can't see you. Am I in England? I thought I'd left England.
No,
I thought
no,
I was on the way to America.
You're on the other side of the veil now.
Well, it is very dark in here, but I'm trying to get some light.
What is your name?
My name is Jackson. Elias, Arthur. And then he kind of fades off again. He starts coming back in and kind of is talking a bit more in weird gibberish. So he kind of comes in. Fansigar, they are among you with their pretty yellow nooses.
In Elias's voice.
Yeah, still in his voice, but... Mm-hmm. Anyone got history out of the three of you?
Base 5%.
Same as me.
Yeah, I'm here.
97.
95.
100.
I mean, you don't know if he's maybe referring to like maybe police brutality, like black men getting hanged, something like that with the nooses thing.
Doesn't mean anything
I
to me.
think we've got someone from the Civil War.
Who's would possibly me and Pranit would have heard of Elias Jackson, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah, you would have done
we
definitely, Perry, because you were in America.
America.
You know, well, you know who he is, and you know that you got papers of his. I mean, come on, you know who
True.
he is.
No, it's true.
Although you obviously never heard him speak before.
Elias, we are following your trail.
Oh, my trail. Oh, I've done many of those.
We're in Kenya. Is there any way you can help us?
He starts talking in Spanish. He says,
That's helpful.
Si hombre no le levanta el sombrero ante ti es seguramente un delfín.
I'm sorry,
I do have a 31 in Spanish. That's
More
nonsense.
Spanish if you want.
No.
It is some kind of weird, almost like maybe like a proverb or something, but like you get just from your like level of Spanish, you definitely recognize delfín as meaning a dolphin.
Yeah, and sombrero meaning hat.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, sombrero, yeah.
Do
Could you
you
say
know
that in
where?
English?
If a man won't raise his hat to you, he is probably a dolphin. You can make me an occult roll for that, actually, Constantina.
Ooh. No. Damn.
Okay. You have heard something somewhere about dolphins, like there's a reference somewhere in the occult, but you don't know exactly from where it's from.
Can you tell us where Gavagan's stuff is going?
His voice starts getting a lot more kind of worried and tense, but he's kind of getting even more like incoherent in his speech. From the rest of the paperwork you've got, Perry, you remember that the letters that he wrote to Kensington when he was in England were particularly weird and not making much sense. So you think at least before he died, he'd gone a bit loopy.
What can you tell us of the Singh family in Kenya?
He keeps like doing these sort of weird like gibberishes. He mentions something about a gate, but then he kind of starts screaming and his voice begins to fade away.
Is the answer in the warehouse?
It's gone.
I've lost the spirit. It's departed this realm.
Well, I must say that was more than I was expecting, Constanza.
Constantina.
Constantina, sorry. I wasn't expecting that to work at all.
I don't think I've ever actually managed to get somebody related to an ongoing cult investigation before.
Well, I'll give you a bonus die for your bulkiness, Constantina. Your Ouija board. Or Ouija.
Bonus die. Yay.
We still didn't get an answer about the warehouse, though.
No, but I feel freshly invigorated now, and I'm largely wearing black.
To the warehouse.
Yes, please. Yes, yes.
Okay, yes.
Let me put something more sporty on.
More sports. Yeah, presumably the rest of you like get a bite to eat as well, etc.
So, any luck with the board game?
Yes, something about tipping your hat to a dolphin. If a man doesn't tip his hat to you, then he's probably a dolphin. I think it's an occult reference, but I'm not familiar with it.
Oh, dolphins, eh?
At least that is what Elias Jackson told us.
I've heard that name. Is he related to Percy?
He's related to this investigation, I believe. So,
He is the one that started it all.
Oh,
We're on his trail now. He was in Mombasa a few years ago.
so did
Well,
he
last
give you? Did he manage to give you any advice that was pertinent and helpful?
Unfortunately, not.
Was it him talking about dolphins?
It was him talking about dolphins.
Yeah,
yes.
maybe we had some connectivity network issues.
Are you sure your Ouija board's tuned into the right frequency? Maybe you just needed to turn the knob slightly.
I don't really understand what you're saying, but I think we should go to the warehouse now. I'm totally into this now. Now that I've actually had probably the most successful seance I've ever had. Usually just get dead old people.
Yes. We need to take some equipment with us, obviously. Crowbars.
Weapons.
Sounds dangerous.
Did we bring a
Load up.
dynamite with us?
And of course, the most important piece of equipment, Jason. I'm filling up the flask.
He did have a safe.
Yes.
Do we have a way of opening those?
Dynamite.
We have dynamite?
Do you have any left?
I think we had a couple left.
I don't believe we did leave something.
Oh, did we leave it all?
Yeah, also if we are going on stealthily, breaking and entering, I don't believe it is wise to blow up off of the place.
Yeah, it's going to result in a gunfight, isn't it? Because he had goons.
Well,
Hopefully it does not.
maybe the safe will be a easy one to crack. I mean, I hear some of them are easier to open than others.
Are you skilled in that regard?
I'm hanging around in the middle of Kenya with a fucking flask. What do you think? Do I look like someone who's skilled in safe cracking?
Well, I don't know. That's why I asked the question.
No, I'm not. No,
Why would you say maybe that's one we can get open?
That's damned unfortunate.
it's called hope.
How big was the safe, what we saw?
It was bulky.
Now, casting our mind back, did it have like a combination lock?
Oh, good question.
Or was it a key?
Out of memory? My PDF is saying out of memory, and it's not coming up. That's concerning.
Yeah, I was getting that. Are you using Adobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was getting that for weeks. I got rid of it. I ended up getting Foxit.
Oh, that's really helpful. I'll have to look in the actual book. It is, yeah, Tumblr.
Right. So it's possible we'll find the combination written down somewhere.
Yes, that's entirely possible. Yes.
But I don't think we should rely on that.
Yeah, that really depends on who we think we are dealing with. I don't believe they are actually the people to write this kind of things down, at the very least.
How about... was it secured against the wall? Was it like bolted in place?
No, you don't think so.
So we could just steal the whole safe if we took a car.
It was a rather large safe, as I recall.
But was it?
Well, it was bulky, but you have no idea how much it weighs.
Yeah,
You might be able to take it with the four of you.
It could be a tad heavy.
So, we need leverage.
Yes.
If we can get onto rollers, we could roll it to something to move it.
So we need a truck, like rather than a car,
Yes.
Yes.
and some
Truck
rope.
would work nicely.
Right. Well, let's see if we can find one. Have we seen many cars around?
No, there's a couple of small vehicles round the docks, but the majority of the streets in Mombasa are again really tight. You can't get cars down them, so there's not really much point in having them here.
Right.
So whether we open it or we open it.
What
Well,
have we got? What have we got? We just got guns,
Did it look like brute
crowbars.
force and ignorance could open it with a crowbar?
Possibly, yeah.
It might be
Maybe
worth
that's the
trying to.
answer.
Might be worth trying to do the tumbler listening trick to start with, just in case.
check the sides first.
We all get 1%.
No, check the sides. I remember seeing a program years and years ago. They were talking about safes. They were talking about older safes, and they said the thing about safes was it was near impossible to actually get through the doors. Most people who cracked safes cracked them by going in the sides.
So you've got 2%. How about some kind of power tool in the side? Power tool's a thing in 1920, possibly not.
No.
How about we hacksaw through the side of the safe? Or the hinges?
If you've got a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'd say we just go in and see what we have to deal with. Maybe we'll find what we're looking for in the ledgers rather than the
Yeah,
safe.
it might not even be in the safe.
Yeah, that's my worry. The ledgers could be in the safe.
Yeah, I mean, we don't actually really know, so...
Well, fingers crossed I forgot to lock it tonight.
Or one good shotgun blast and we can knock the lock off.
And no one can get into it.
Don't give a fuck if anyone else can get into it, as long as we get into it and take what's there.
Yeah. We've got
They
to
can
try.
have a nice, empty safe tomorrow, and you know.
I think we need this address where to go to.
Yes.
Which address, sorry?
Where the Gavagan stuff has been shipped to.
All right.
Well, then let's do a raid. So, crowbars, dressed in black, guns.
Yes.
Sporty black rather than seance black.
Absolutely.
Okay. So presumably you go, later and so on.
With a hat, of course.
It's starting to cool.
Oh, apparently it's 1 right, 2 left, 3 right, 4 left,
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, no lights are on when you arrive. Basically, from what you remember, the office is inside the warehouse, and there's not really kind of a direct door from the outside of the office. There's a sort of a large sliding door, which does appear to be unlocked and ajar, like there's no sort of chain or anything around it.
It's open.
Well, I'll try to pick
Yeah,
in.
ajar.
I try to pick into the ajar sliding door to see if there's actually someone guarding the premises.
Are there any
Okie
windows as
dokie.
well that we could look through before we go in?
I'll say yes, there are some windows, but they're sort of positioned quite high.
Any?
So maybe with on somebody's shoulders, you could have a look.
Yeah, let's do that as well. So, yeah, Pranit can check the door first. We'll start with that.
Okay. So you take a look in. It's obviously you can probably tell it's dark in there. You don't see any movement, but you do hear snoring. That is a tick for listen.
Right. So I just tell you that probably there's a guard, but hopefully fell asleep. So assuming that no one else is here, we may try to sneak by.
Why don't we have a look through the window and see if we can see where he is? I could sit on one of your shoulders.
I help Constantina to climb over me with
I'm a
her
little
feet on my shoulders so that
A
she can
little
peek.
bit chubby, not fat, just I'm not slender.
Yeah, I mean, I got 75 in strength, so
Yeah,
I'm not really bothered.
And
So
I'll
what-
peek through the
what-
window.
What are you looking for? Anything specific, or are you just seeing if there's anybody else?
People, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are they in the room and stuff like that, and what they doing?
Okay.
and-
You can make me a spot hidden, but given how dark it is, it'll be with a penalty.
Okay. 0-1 with the first dice.
Mhm.
It was
I mean, you
crit.
could cancel it out with your bonus die.
Come on, but well, is that a situation where it's worth doing? I mean, now go on. You've got to take a crit when a crit comes, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, you've got
Yeah,
two
kind of.
crits in one blooming session. Seriously.
I know. These
Okay.
dice are going to get special reward tonight.
You spot four guards, and they're all sleeping.
Ooh.
Are they armed? Do they have weapons?
Yes, they do. Although they do, they don't appear to be firearms. Fortunately, there's a couple. You can just see there's a couple of like blackjack sort of weapons nearby to where they are.
I've got an idea. How about we try to smoke them out?
What do you have in mind?
Well, we make a kind of a smoke bomb. So they all come out disorientated and coughing, thinking the place is on fire.
I do actually endorse and love your enthusiasm, but I don't really understand. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm in no shape of building a smoke bomb. I don't believe any one of us is. Are you?
Well, no. I assumed you people deal with that kind of thing.
No, there
You're
wasn't.
the ones doing break-ins.
Yeah, usually when I do it, I just like to be silent and go in and then go out.
Are they anywhere near the office, these four guys?
From what you can tell, not directly. But if you were to make noise, then they could get to you quite quick.
Well, I can be quite sneaky, but what if it goes wrong?
Can you open a safe?
No. I think we need to plan for it going wrong.
What if?
Who could draw them away?
Yeah. What if some of us throw stones at the windows? Allegedly, the noise should wake them up, and that should come out and see what the fuss is all about.
You'll get one out and three
If it
awake.
helps with your crit, they're all of different nationalities. I mean, from what you can tell, some of them are more kind of similar, but you can see one African, two sort of Arabian Indian, and another that is white.
Okay.
I don't think separating one out like that will necessarily help if it wakes
No.
the others up.
We need to move them all or immobilize them all.
Then you need the person. You need someone who's actually.
We need a distraction.
Actually.
Then sneak
I
in
mean-
the chaos.
Well, in order to lure them all out, the distraction should be quite big, like an actual fire.
Without attracting anybody else.
Then an internal
Good luck with that.
fire.
Are there any other entrances into this building?
Obviously, there's like the boat entrances from the riverfront.
God,
What if we sailed a boat in and crashed it into the warehouse and then in the chaos sneak in? They'll all be awake. That wouldn't help at all.
No, but we if we're talking about distraction, we need them away from that office area.
No, Steve.
Just why, Steve? Just why?
Stephen, Steven, here's the thing, right? When you start quoting scenes from Star Trek 5, you fail automatically.
Also, Constantina could definitely afford to pay you enough to go naked fan dancing. Because everyone has a price and she can afford it.
Could we pay them to leave?
It's true. But didn't you say
We'd have to
that
wake him up first.
cultists
Oh, yeah.
aren't really into that? Like they're kind
If
of
they're
loyal.
cultists, they might just be
Yeah.
guards.
Hopefully they're just guards or some sort of mercenaries.
Can't be everybody in the cult.
Here's my thought. How far away is the boat entrance from the office?
Sorry, did you say the office entrance or the main
Yeah, from the
entrance?
office entrance. You know,
Okay.
where these guys are sleeping, they're obviously. We need to get into the office.
Yeah,
What I'm thinking is, if we need, if we do a distraction, that's big, loud, and away.
50 feet,
Yeah.
I'll say.
Okay, so if you three maybe crash a boat, and then I could try sneaking in, and then, well, only I don't know how many it takes to crash a boat, but then if the others are there to rush in if it goes wrong.
We don't need to crash a boat. We just need a boat to be there.
You're also quite sneaky as well, aren't you, Pranit? You said you like to move quietly and stuff.
We could also just set fire to a boat.
No. The boat's got the perfect way to wake them up and bring them over. We get on the boat, we sound the horn.
All right.
Boats have wonderful things called horns to tell other boats to get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, hopefully there's no crew on the boat.
Well, just to remind you, this is 1920s Mombasa. This isn't like rich, expensive yachts or anything like
They'll have
that.
a bell.
I'm afraid
There'll
There'll be a bell.
Yeah.
There'll be a bell.
Because otherwise
We
it's
could
going
ring
to
the
be
fuck out of that.
it's going to be a sailboat with a bell, or if it's actually a steamship, then the boiler is going to need to be on to get
Along this point, there's not really steamships. It's mostly kind of large wooden vessels.
Right, we might need a couple of bells on boats then, and just ring the fuck out of them.
A little rowboat or something.
Again, hopefully there's no crew on the ship.
Well, I'm
Just
hoping
need
that
to be in
they're
the
just
water,
docked there
a rowboat will
overnight.
do it.
Oh.
Just a small rowboat. A little dinghy. That's all you need. There must be one in the
Actually,
docks somewhere.
are there any vehicles on the docks?
Yeah, there's one or two, like I said, smaller vehicles along this dock front because it's more kind of open. So you think it's mainly kind of like little trucks with trailers, sort of thing like that. So yeah, there are a couple.
Right. We could get one of those. Get one of those vehicles. Drive past, lights on, horn, honking the horn, wake them up. Get them following the truck because we're going to head it towards the boat entrance, and that will give you an opportunity to get in.
That may work.
You know, all we need realistically is a whole load of noise and sound and lights and everything else to lead them away.
Yeah, somewhere else. Yeah. No, I like that.
But where is this lorry going to be to sound the horn? Did you say at the boat entrance? Because I don't think it can get there.
Well, no, it's the boats. So the boat entrance is kind of going out into the water in order for boats to come in
And then the other entrance would be the one they all come out of. That wouldn't be ideal. It's got to be a boat. But there must be like a little rowboat or dinghy or like...
Yeah, there's a few like tied up.
So you could use one of these and just go past the boat entrance in the water, make a lot of noise while myself and Pranit sneak in from the other side? What do you say? Just
We can
make a lot
certainly
of
give it
noise
a
in the
go.
water. They don't have guns.
I can row if Charles wants to make noise.
Yes, not quite sure what we're going to make noise with.
Drunken
Shout,
singing
man,
will
shout.
do it. I believe you're an expert at that.
I'm extremely experienced at being inebriated, yes. I can't say I'm particularly experienced at singing.
All the better. Don't want to lullaby them to sleep, do we?
Oh, no one's ever accused my singing of ever doing that. People have wanted to kill themselves because of it, but never actually been
Even
lullabied to sleep.
better. That's guiltless, as you say.
Bring on the pain. Right. No, I was hoping we'd maybe have like a bell or something, just something to correct, just to create a little more noise on top of it, just to really
Not on a
sell it.
rowboat.
But, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
We might just find a tin can you can bash.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
Yeah. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Oh dear. All right, so you're gonna sort of slowly row past, and are you wanting to kind of sit opposite, or are you trying to just carry on past and hope that they wake up?
Well, we could stay outside for a minute, and then sort of if we can get them outside, we can enter into an argument with them, can't we? We're far enough away they can't actually get to us.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Ragabone.
Give us the crowbar first.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then we'll watch. I'll sit on Pranit's shoulders, look in through the window, and make sure they all get up and go.
Ragabone.
Okay. So it takes a lot of shouting to wake them up. Really deep. And
Bet they were drunk.
in the end, like only one of them, the white guy, actually like comes out, and he says, "Hey, what are you two doing? Are you making a lot of noise there?"
We're collecting for Sunday mass.
You're a tad drunk. Do you want me to pull you in, get you back to your lodgings?
No, we're gonna go that way and get collection from the fishes. Come on, my friend, let's get some fish. Come on.
And I'll sort of row around in a circle, so we're just going around on the spot.
Okay.
Just one side.
He
Right,
think
right.
that you're just really drunk and acting kind of disorderly, to which he's sort of indifferent about, because like he's not a law enforcer, but at the same time you're getting him a little bit annoyed and riled up. Can you at least do your hollering maybe across the river from here? We're trying to sleep.
God's work doesn't ever sleep.
And there's a little bit more movement if the other two of you watching from others
Bring
inside,
out your dead.
because they can hear the Irish guy talking.
Yeah, I would say
He
that's
kind of
that's-
relays back to them in Swahili and Arabic about what's going on.
That's the trouble with the Welsh. I don't think he's understand what you're saying there.
Well, you must be drunk if you'd think I'm a fucking Welshman.
He's not Welsh. You can't tell.
Scots. Sorry, Scots.
No, he's as English as I am. That should rile him.
Yeah,
I just told an Irishman he's English.
Yeah,
That should rile him.
Hey, no, don't let me Get out there and bash your faces in.
Your mother's. No, I'm not doing
No.
that. I've done enough to bring out your head.
You get in a boat and come here. Say that.
Maybe I will. And yeah, he actually is provoked enough to actually get in the boat. The other three are kind of looking a bit confused because obviously they don't fully get the whole nuances of English versus Irish and stuff. But they're still watching, like for now, and they're a bit further away from the door.
Oh, the mix got help. Ha!
There's a bit more of an exchange in like Swahili and stuff like that, and you think he's telling them that you're insulting him.
He certainly rose like an Englishman.
So he's actually coming out to meet you. The
By
other
himself.
two of you.
Has he got anyone else in his boat with him?
No, it's just him.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Worst case scenario.
Still, they're nice sort of far away.
We're trying. Well, I mean, there's. I mean, we've managed to pull one. I've tried to pull the others by trying to insult them by default. They're not buying it yet. I'm hoping.
Could you maybe try showing some leg? Go the other way. We'll just have to sneak in with what we've got then, won't we?
Yeah.
Pranit. Make
Oh,
stealth
fuck.
rolls.
Yes, please.
At this point, Jason, I'm just going to shout over at the three other guards.
Oh, yes.
You've never had it so good. We made your lives so much better when we conquered you.
Extreme.
And I'm hoping the Irishman translates, because that should bring them all over.
I
Well,
would have to
they know a
spend
bit of
13 points to pass because I rolled terribly.
Okay.
I'm just deciding whether to because Pranit got
Yeah.
extreme.
Yeah, I got a 7.
13 points, that's a lot.
Okay, so Pranit is like sneaking along. I mean, you can push if you want.
I think push because I've got a good chance of passing. It's just that was just really unlucky. 0-2.
Okay. Well,
We are like
Oh,
shadows,
you are
damn
forgiven
it.
again. These dice are going in a special hall of fame.
because
They will get a
I
silk
rolled-
blanket.
I rolled the third critical of the night for kind of like a psychology thing. So the other two back outside, you can see that a couple of them are kind of talking amongst each other, like maybe sort of clocking on to what you're doing. But yeah, you two, you whether you know this or not, you very sort of smoothly sneak past and get inside the office. So yeah, there is the safe, there is the ledgers, etc. So where do you want to start first?
Well, you know what? I've rolled 2 01s tonight and an 02. I'm actually going to try picking the safe.
Yes, with your D1.
It's worth a shot. Come on. With the way I've been rolling. No.
It's all just sort of weird numbers to you, but looking at it again, it's bulky, but it's not that good quality. So again, in terms of brute force,
Yeah, I'll
probably
try
do it.
crowbarring it.
Did you say that? Where did I write it down? That all the ledgers are written in what kind of language was that? Ustani. All right.
Hindustani. Which again, the majority of Punjabis can speak it to an extent, but you would need to make me a Punjabi roll if you're planning to go through it at some point and read it or whatever.
Yeah, say I'm giving a skim to the ledgers.
Okay.
Maybe the ones
we've got dates.
related to 1924,
Okay.
which is the date we have. Punjabi, that's... That's a 4. That's
Oh my
another
God.
extreme. Yes, I'm on a
Doing
roll.
really well.
I'm on a
Wow.
fucking roll.
Okay. So yeah, it's scrawly, but it looks a bit like you've seen sort of scrawly writing before, I guess. Maybe your dad has like terrible writing, and you just kind of know how to read it a bit better. Okay, because you've got an extreme. First, you go back to that date and see if you can see anything. There's definitely, you can see references to the Penhew Foundation in there. You can also see from here similar sort of dates. There is things going to, again, the Randolph Shipping Company in Australia, Hofang imports exports. Flicking through some more, there's Emerson as well. In particular, Silas's name is actually mentioned, Silas and Kwani. And actually, a lot of those references specifically are in English rather than Hindustani, but you do find a couple of repetitions in Hindustani relating to casks or bricks of tea going to Nairobi under the name of Tan Kawa. I'll put in there. And they're repeated quite regularly, and you find actually that one is from today, like earlier today.
All right. So we got the address of this tea shop. Tankaur.
Ah, yes. So that's where it's going, the tea shop. Right. Crowbar on the side of this safe.
Okay, for this, because presumably you still want to try and do it quietly, do you?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll wrap the crowbar in a towel of some kind.
Okay, can you give me a combined strength with stealth, please?
Is there any way I can aid her? Maybe pushing the crowbar?
Yeah, sure.
So does that give a bonus die?
That gives a bonus, yeah.
Yes, it does. You're welcome.
Good, because that makes it a hard strength, and it's the same dice, isn't it? You use. So
Yeah,
it's
so
hard
it's
stealth.
under the lowest.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard for both.
Cool. Lovely. Okay.
It's actually the same level. It's got 16 each.
Okay, cool. So in the safe, you find in a mix of British, Egyptian pounds, and Indian rupees, about $300 US.
Toss that to the side. Not interested.
I
There's
am.
there's some granulated sugar, you think, to kind of help with humidity levels. Anything else in there? Yeah, there's a few more invoices of sort of, again, sort of names that are repeated that you see sort of pop up. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention, with everything but Tankawa, so say Hofang, all of their stuff is referenced as cultural art.
Okay, well, I know what to do. I'll set fire to the money and put it in the waste paper basket.
Okay.
Start a little fire in here
Okay.
to hide the fact that we broke in and are taking the ledger. Or are we? Do we
Okay.
need to take the ledger? Because you found the stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, we
Take it anyway.
don't need to.
Take it
Yeah.
anyway.
So, yeah, I'll just use the money as
Yeah,
kindling.
I'd rather not to make it obvious. Given the
Broken
fact
the
that
safe.
we were here. Yeah, the safe can pass as an attempted robbery. If we take the ledger while coming here a couple of hours earlier.
Oh, so we take the money.
Of course.
Yeah.
We crack the safe, take the money, leave the rest. We have everything we need.
Makes it look like just a plain robbery then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, you have the money then. I don't want it. I've got my own.
I don't need others.
Yeah. Have several $100. I have no need for such.
Okay. So as you're kind of
Stole it.
finalizing what to do, you do start hearing a single set of footsteps coming in your direction, and from your point of view, Charles and Perry, you can see one of the guards standing at the side or at the edge. He starts going back in because he thinks he knows what you're doing. The Irish guy reaches you at that point, and he actually kind of tries to hit one of you with the oar, like sort of bash you with the oar. You can make me dodge rolls if you want.
I will
Dodge
very
roll.
much be making a dodge roll.
Wow.
I like
The
35.
fourth crit
So
of
that
the
is
evening.
a normal pass.
That is an unbelievable miss from me.
Yeah.
I don't have enough luck to even get it down to.
He rolled a crit. I just said it's the fourth crit of the evening.
Fifth.
Sorry, fifth. He hits you, Perry, because you're a little bit apart in the boat, and he seems to go for you because it's a crit. That would be maximum damage. So that is what's his damage bonus? Oh fucking hell! That is 10 damage.
10.
10 damage.
Okay, Charles,
Yes.
you're rowing back.
A damage bonus.
Yep.
That is a major wound.
Shit. Okay, this didn't go exactly to plan. At this point, I want to try and grab the oar
Yep.
and pull.
Okay. Give me a strength roll. Whilst you're doing that, Perry, can I have a con roll, please?
Oh.
Yeah, maybe a strength roll.
Made it. Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's a pass.
Okay, cool. So he's still conscious. Okay. Did you just get a regular pass, Charles?
Yes.
Okay. So you do manage to grab it and you pull it a bit, but he's still sort of holding on to it. So you're kind of not grappling, but you're kind of both tugging this oar, but to and fro.
I'm pulling at him now.
Okay.
Come here, you.
Okay, so you're kind of engaged in that. Quickly going back to the other two, so you're hearing these footsteps coming closer, and you also hear the sound of like a big sort of bang or strike outside at the boat.
I'd say to Constantina to hide under the desk.
Okay, I do that, but I'm getting my rifle ready.
Okay.
While I try to hide behind the door
Okay.
with my scimitar out.
Uh-huh. Are you wanting to try and do a surprise attack from behind the door then? Or even from under the desk?
I'm just trying to see if Constantina is noticed.
Yeah, we're trying to hide first, but if he comes into the room, then yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna shoot.
Okay.
Probably the light or something.
No, just hold off. I hit him first so that we don't make
Yeah,
noise.
you would definitely have done it before I would.
Okay.
Because I would wait till he came into the room.
Okay. He does seem to be coming towards the office. Like he's not stopping.
Yeah, but Pranit's by the door.
Yep.
I spring into action if he gets like into the middle of the room because I'm hidden behind the desk.
Yeah, I got that. It's more whether Pranit was planning to hit from behind since, he's the closest.
Yes, I am. Fuck it.
Okay. So, okay. It is a surprise attack, so you don't need to hit, but he just get like a chance to dodge basically because he knows there's somebody in here. However, he fails. So roll your damage, Pranit, for your sword.
I don't recall it, so just give me a sec.
It's a lot.
That's
Is
a
it the
one
magic sword? Or is
1d8.
your scimitar?
No, it's my regular sword. It's 1d8
Actually,
plus 1d4.
Do you know what? Roll to hit anyway, just in case you get an impale. Because I'm nice.
I just want to say that my sword skill is 69, so that's nice already.
Merle.
Wow, we know where that.
That's a 29, so that's a hard pass.
Do you want to make it an extreme?
No, that's
okay.
17.
All right.
16 luck I have to spend. I don't
Okay.
want to.
All right, I'm just asking. Okay. All right, roll your damage then.
It's a 13.
Ooh,
I maxed. I maxed the dice.
that kills him. Yeah. So, describe how you just completely wipe the floor with his head or other body parts.
Well, basically, I didn't mean to kill him. I just wanted to neutralize him, but I didn't realize that I cut half through his neck. So basically, cutting his veins and just letting him falling on the floor.
In your defense, he's neutralized now.
Yeah.
I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to stab him a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his body.
I was scared about Constantina.
We didn't
his
we
body
didn't want
falls to
him.
the floor with a
We
thud.
didn't want to kill him. We just wanted him mostly dead.
Falls to the floor with a thud. You don't hear the sound of any others coming. However, what I'll do, I'll go into initiative for now, just to make it a little bit easier. So, what have they got again? Is it all the same?
Constantina has a rifle out.
She does indeed. So she gets a lot. So 85 plus 50. Nice.
135.
Yes, indeed. Okay. Perry, we'll worry about you in a minute. Charles is 40. You've got your sword out, so yes. Okay. So
I'm pretty sure while you said Perry will worry about you in a minute, I'm pretty sure Phil was worrying about him just now. At this precise second.
well, actually, no. I beg your pardon. No, he's still conscious, so no, I don't need to worry about him. Okay, so you're on 70, Perry. Pranit, how high is your sword? Oh, wait. Why am I asking that? I know the answer. 69, isn't it? So you go before.
Nice.
Okay. Irish guy is on 60. So okay. And then okay. Yep, cool. Okay, so yeah, Constantina, you're still first by miles.
Okay, so I hear the kerfuffle from behind the desk, so I think Pranit's in trouble. I stand up, I turn around with the gun. I see a man has had his head largely decapitated, and I don't faint.
Good.
I'm
Good.
okay with that. I'm not...
I like that idea. I like you not fainting when you've got the big rifle. That's good.
Anything else you're doing in this turn?
That was just kind of, well... Right, so we're gonna get out of here.
Vamos!
So we start sneaking out.
Okay, coolio. Yeah, roll me stealth. Just in
Me
case.
too.
Yes,
That
please.
is a hard pass for me.
Might as well, and then
I don't recall my values. Yeah, it's a regular pass.
Okay. Coolio. Right, so we'll come back to Pranit after Perry. Once Perry's had his move. So yeah, you've been hit really quite hard on the head, but you're kind of blinking a bit. You're trying to stop your head from spinning, like trying to mentally work out which way up is down and all that. So yes, you are able to act still.
We just want to row away, don't we? Otherwise, we blow the whole thing.
Basically, yeah.
So yeah, I'll fumble with the oars and try to get us moving.
Bear in mind, Charles is tugging on his oar.
That might help him.
And for the benefit of the audience, that was not a euphemism.
Not yet, it isn't.
Not until Saturday's game.
But no, what I mean is, if you try and row away, he's determined to pull this. oar away from you.
I'm hoping that might actually play in my favor. get a bit of momentum going.
It depends how well Perry can row with the extra friction.
Yeah, I'll dig down with the oars and try and heave
So
back.
that's going to need a strength roll for that.
And I'm going to spend 1 luck to make that an actual pass.
1 luck. Very nice. Okay, so you have to put in a bit more effort and brute force, but you pull away. And yeah, Charles, you can feel yourself moving off. However, it is back to Pranit first. So you're sort of stealthily sneaking out. Anything else you want to do on your go as you're moving, or are you just planning to get straight out?
No, I think I'm just going straight out and then find a way to get the other two to safety somehow, rather than facing other two guys first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you head on out. You can hear some sort of kerfuffle going on out on the water, and yeah, you can just see Charles wrestling with this guy's oar, who's gone rowing out to
Should we put
fight
a
or
hole
something.
in that Irishman's boat? The rifle.
Do you want to shoot the Irishman?
No,
Did I hear
shoot his
correctly?
boat.
But do we want to do that? Because we want to get away, don't we? We're not sort of shooting. We could have shot him, but we want to keep it more quieter than that.
Now we're being quiet.
now.
Oh, we could have just blown the safe up.
Oh, imbeciles!
No, we're being quiet.
Mm.
I've just horsed my lungs out. No, we're being quiet.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but
I was asking Pranit because he's with me.
we're not shooting people, are we?
Should I shoot the boat?
Let me try something first, if I may. I want to throw my war quote to the Irishman.
Oh, okay. They're kind of far away. You would need to at least move right to the water's edge outside, or move through the warehouse to be sort of in.
Well, given the fact that we are already out, I'll try to get as close as possible from outside of the warehouse to the boat entrance, and then try and throw it from there.
All right, yeah, make a roll. With your deadly boomerang.
That's an hard pass.
Ooh, okay. Yep. Roll your damage.
That's a 3.
3. Okay. What is HP? Okay. So you kind of give him a cut across the arm. What the fuck was that? And he kind of gets distracted by that point. However, it is the Kenyon's turn first. So, what is he gonna do? Actually, let's find out. Yes, he's gonna kind of follow you towards the office, but he hasn't heard you move away, so he's kind of lingering around. He sort of actually goes into the office, and presumably from the sound of his voice, he's found his colleague on the floor. So you hear him get something out and shout something to the others. The Irish guy, he's going to try and pull the oar back if he can, but it's going to be a problem.
I was going to say,
he still does it. He still keeps a hold of it, even with a penalty. Wow.
I mean, if he's in this tug of war with Charles and I'm rowing away, are we actually towing him away from shore now?
Yeah, at the moment, that's basically what's happening. Yeah. Okay, then it is the Arabian guy. So he is going to respond to the shouting inside. So he again draws like a knife of sorts and goes back in, and he starts looking around. Charles, you'll go.
Yeah, I'm pulling at this guy again.
Okay.
Sod him.
Okay. Oh,
And now you want to pull him and a showing leg. I think it's a bit
What
late.
can I say?
what's your roll?
I made an extreme.
Oh, and he failed very badly. So yeah, with all the other stuff that's going on, yeah, you managed to yank it away, no problem.
Well, I was rather hoping to yank him off into the water. I was
Oh,
hoping
yeah,
to pull him
we can
pull him
we can
into
do
the
that.
water. Just give him a
Yeah. Either is fine because it's all kind of based on the same roll anyway, like a kind of grappling roll. So yeah, if you want to pull him off the side, then yeah, he does.
Please tell me my silklet is in the boat.
Does it kind of spin back, or do you?
I
do you have
don't
to
actually know.
How'd you spell it?
War, Quilt. No, sorry, Quoit.
Oh, chakram, or a war.
Or chakram, yes.
Yeah, I've only
weapon.
seen them in fantasy.
No, they do actually exist.
I don't think they come back around. I know Xena's does, but I don't know.
No, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither.
So in that case, yes, it is currently in his boat.
In the Irishman boat.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How close are we to this? How close are we to this boat? Or more importantly, how close is the Irishman's boat to the dock?
Let's. Well, you two wanted to kind of keep out quite far, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, 30 feet, I'd say.
Okay.
And you're
We're an oar's length away from
now.
him.
I am gonna pass my gun to Pranit, and I'm going to just dive into the water and start swimming to the boat.
Oh.
The Irishman's boat.
Okay, give me a swim roll. I've never had to do a swim roll in a game before.
That is an extreme.
Oh, you get there nice and quick. You sort of nip through the water like a minnow, and you
I
quickly get to the boat.
Grab his thingy,
His
because I
chakra.
don't want to leave evidence behind, and swim back.
Okay.
We're gonna dock in. We're gonna dock in. What I want to do while I've got this big oar is I'm just going to be nudging this rowboat as out the way so this Irishman can't actually get to it anytime soon.
Okay, cool.
I want the bastard to drown. Let's just I'm
Okay, well, Perry, you're up next anyway after Constantina.
Well, I'm gonna row for shore now. So he's stuck out there. I mean, he's gonna have a hard job climbing back into a boat.
Yeah. Just because I'm thinking more like how quickly you do it. Can you give me a con roll, please?
Who, me?
Yes. You're rowing to shore.
That is a 50. So that is just a normal pass.
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of keep it up, and you keep on rowing. Yes. So next is the African guy, and he does hear, you think, movement from outside, and you start hearing him come. So you're there with Pranit's chakram, Constantina, on the shore. He spots you, and he essentially tries to kind of charge towards you with this blackjack of his. You can by all means dodge or fight back. There's plenty of room to do that.
I'll just dodge out the way.
Okay.
And
he gets a hard pass.
I only pass, unfortunately.
Okay, so that's a hit. Okay, so fortunately I didn't roll that well, so that's only 4 damage, but he does manage to sort of bop you quite hard on the shoulder. Not quite a major wound, but yes, I can see why you were going, oh, because I just remembered how much health you have. And
Yeah,
there's
I'm,
not much.
I'm not built for that. I'm built for dodging, and it failed.
Okay, then the Irish guy's in the water, and it looks like he can't swim, really. He's really kind of floundering and panicking and saying
At
all
which
sorts
point,
of effing lies
at
and
which
shit.
point, I throw the oar into the water. You know,
Not your go, yes.
sorry.
One more, there's you. I mean, we're going to probably go out of initiative anyway in a second, but there is one left who also kind of comes out. Actually, no, does he? Because again, there's sort of like activities going on either side. Yes. So he comes out and he kind of sees that you're kind of coming back to the shore. So yeah, he actually spots the boat. So he actually starts running towards the boat. Since you're now back at the shore, he's going to try and again hit one of you. Let's go with Charles. You can make a roll if you want, Charles.
I'm just throwing the oar into the.
Yeah, but this guy's coming at you now.
Oh fuck! Not even on. Dodging then
You're dodging, okay.
while I'm still on the boat. This is going to be fun. I am going to spend 3 points of luck to make that a pass.
Okay. Okay, yep, so he did a regular pass as well. So yeah, you just manage by like a hair's breadth to just avoid his blow. Now it is you.
Right. Is he close enough to get smacked?
Well, yeah,
Then
tried to
he's
smack
going
you.
to get smacked.
Yes.
I have an oar. I have a big one, and I'm going to use it.
Okay.
Bats.
Okay. Make a brawl roll.
That'll be a brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Something I can actually do. That is a pass.
Okay. He also passed, but you've got like 75 or something, haven't you, for your...
I have
Brawl.
84.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, you hit.
Okay. So what is the damage?
Well, you tell me.
Well, I'm using the oar.
Oh, I see. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is it's a 1d4 plus 2 plus your damage bonus.
Okay, so it'll be 2d4 plus 2. Maximum 10 points.
Okay, so it's right. Okay, so that is a major wound. What's his con roll? Oh, you hit him so hard he falls unconscious.
He starts drowning.
Well, no, he kind of crumples at the bank in front of you, and you can see sort of a bit of blood like seeping down from his head.
Got leverage.
I'm tempted.
Okay, so there's still one left that's kind of wrestling a bit with Constantina, which, by the way, it is now back to you in turn order.
Well, I'm just sprinting off because I gave my gun to Pranit when
You
I
did,
dived
yes.
into the water. So, and I'm not going to use this thing because how does it work? So no, I'm just going to sprint.
You're going to spread. Okay. Give me a con roll.
A short distance. No, I will spend 1 luck to turn that into a pass.
Okay, yeah. So you quickly sprint away from him and he doesn't get a chance to kind of attack of opportunity you. or anything like that. Okay. Perry?
No, we're at the shore. I'm gonna try and climb up the ladder onto the dock or whatever the shore
It's
is.
just like a sandy bank. There's no like
Oh, okay.
climbing up or anything involved. Just get out of the boat.
Yeah, I'll stumble out the boat and onto the shore and try and catch my breath before we get back to the hotel, I assume.
Okay. Again, there's still this one guy left who was engaged with Constantina, but she basically managed to sprint away from him.
How far is he away from us? I mean, I'm not.
Not that far. He could easily kind of make it to you and start hitting you and stuff. He's about sort of 5-10 feet away.
Okay. I could go over and I'll tackle him as I get out of the boat then.
Okay.
No, I'm right with you. I'll take him.
Okay.
I'm right there with you. I mean, you're flipping wounded, mate. I'll take him.
Yeah, I also
yeah,
want to stop the fucker.
The last guy I oared went unconscious. I think I can handle him.
Okay, I'll just get out of the boat and
All
try
right,
and get up the bank onto the shore, yeah.
Right. Okay, yeah, fine. So he kind of sees that you're kind of sprinting away, and he maybe tries to get out, get after you, but there's a bit more distance in between you two, so you can just sort of get away with that roll. Pranit, your go.
Yeah, I'm stabbing the one that beat Constantina. No, I miss.
Let's see if he fights back. Oh, yes, he does. So, D4 somewhere. Ooh, that is 9 points of damage.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Is that
So that's a major wound,
isn't it?
Yeah. I got 13.
Oof. I got 14.
No, I had 13. Then you drained my constitution since I have a wrinkled arm. So my hit points are recalculated.
You do, yes. I forgot all about that. Okay. Can you make me a con roll, please?
That's a 1.
Oh, okay. You're very much still conscious then. But
Fuck.
Well, this is going really well.
Now I'm pissed. Again.
You go into your Pranit rage mode. So he's going to, because it's his go now, he's going to try and attack you again.
Yeah, I'm counter-attacking.
Okay.
That's a pass.
Okay, he failed his. So yeah, roll your damage.
That's a 7.
Ooh. Okay. Major wound for him. Oh, and he also falls unconscious.
All right, just run out of here. Everyone was just run.
Yep. In fact,
I'm going to help. I'm going to help Perry to his feet and help him to the. How did we get here? We just walked to here, didn't we?
Yeah, it's walkable distance.
Right. I said, you know, we're going to need to get. I think everyone needs some serious hospital attention or medical attention. Perry here definitely does.
I'll be okay. Just get me back to the hotel.
I'm just Pranit.
Just get me back to the hotel. I'll be fine.
We've just done a criminal act. I'm not sure we should go to a hospital. We might get identified. That was a rush right up until my shoulder took a beating. I was actually quite enjoying it for a while.
Well, you know.
We could also have been ambushed by thieves by the harbor. We could play it that way.
Oh my gosh, could we?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, there is a decapitated body in the office, but...
Yes, but we don't know about that. We know about the thieves that tried to jump us.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the same thieves that broke in the warehouse.
Yes, the thieves that work there.
Yes.
As long as no
I
one's
get
got a
what you
wad of cash on them, we should.
I get what you mean.
Should be easy to find.
Okay, so you head back to the hotel. I mean, you can get somebody to bring
Yes.
in a doctor if you want.
You're gonna have to.
I think so.
Going to have to.
I mean, I've
Yeah,
hurt
most
myself.
definitely.
Oh wait, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna die.
Pranit and Perry take priority.
With your
Okay, so-
doctor, perhaps.
Okay, so
I got
In terms of-
hurt.
in terms of the major wound people, so Perry, you can get 2 hit points back, and Pranit, you get 3 back.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
That. I'm assuming, Constantina, you also want some medical assistance.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, you get 3 back as well.
3.
Ooh.
So you're almost back to normal. It's
It's going to
fine.
be sore for a few days, though.
He just
I
sort
got
of
wounded.
he kind of moves it,
Yeah.
lumbery, not lumber, thingies it, loosens it up a bit, and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, you'll be fine in a couple of days."
So we'll see next week if the major wounds is cured or not.
Yes, next week. Unless it takes a whole week to get to Nairobi, which it doesn't. Spoiler alert.
Well, we will next morning. We'll have to book tickets for that. But before Perry retires, he just wants to take some quiet time before he gets into bed, just to do the blessing of Bast.
Ah, yes, the blessing of Bast. Can you give me a power roll, please?
I certainly can give you a power roll, which is 65, which is 5 under.
Good. What is it again? 1d6. Well, you're doing already, aren't you? 1d6 hit
Yeah.
points and 1d6 sanity.
Okay.
So what are you on now?
I'm on 9.
You're 9. Okay. All right for some, isn't it? Saves the whole week's wait and all that. Cool. Okay. So let's skip ahead to the morning. Just to wrap up the session tonight. So it's now Wednesday. For you, Constantina, because it's the next day, you get your hit point back.
I'm still 1 down.
No, you're not. Not anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you took 4 damage. You get 3
wait,
back
wait,
last
wait,
night. and
wait.
1.
I was counting down, not up. Oops.
Ah.
I was actually losing health by being healed.
No, you're definitely on your max. It's fine.
My dice have been criticaling. Unfortunately, I fumbled.
Critically.
Your method of method of counting healing differs from others.
You know how it
If
works.
I don't know if anyone else goes with Perry to inquire about tickets, but basically they're easy to
I'll go
obtain.
with them.
I'm
I'll go
wounded.
with I'll go with
No, you're not.
There were 4 tickets. Can we get like a private compartment as well?
So you find out quite quickly that again trains are also segregated, and in terms of the white carriage with the very occasional rich Indian man, yes, they are compartments anyway. So yes, it's easy to get a book a compartment. In terms of how long it takes, it's normally, weather permitting, 15 to 18 hours on the train of the
Wow.
Ugandan Railway. Well, you are basically going halfway across the whole country. It's a long way.
I'll pay for the tickets, the compartment.
Okay.
Sorry, there was talk of money. I wasn't paying attention.
There is a dining car as well, so quite luxurious. Fully working toilets and so on.
Does the price of a ticket include the dining? If not, I will add to it to ensure that we're fed.
I'll say yes because you're white, so of course you're going to get food. Not everybody does on this train, but white people definitely do.
So I guess I'm screwed.
Actually,
No,
no,
no.
you're fine. It's only the very back cart, which is for the poorest sort of African
The locals.
Kenyans. Literally,
Alright.
it's an open trailer almost. So they're
Alright.
next to the coal, no access to toilets or food. They're just like on the back.
All right.
Besides, if anyone questions, quite frankly, they shouldn't. But if anyone starts questioning regarding Pranit being Indian, then all we have to say is that he's Perry's orderly, Indian orderly.
Yeah, well, again, there are the occasional
Which is
non-white
army.
person who gets on the white's carriage. Like, it's kind of a discretion thing. But for simplicity's sake, then yes, you are allowed on there if you want. There is also it's like a third class car, mostly with like Asians and Arabs and poorer whites in there.
All right.
So it's up to you. Like if you want to split yourself across for an advantageous thing, or if you just want to be in luxury.
No, I'd rather stay all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, that after
Don't split the person with the major wound off.
no,
If you don't mind.
no. Well. More importantly, after the previous night's events, I'm rather keen that we all share a carriage.
Agreed.
Considering,
yeah, I think we should.
you know,
I
part of
can-
me, out of my moral sort of duty that I feel that I should be there for my companions, and also the fact that they all acted a really good meat shield for me last night because I didn't take any damage at all.
No, you didn't.
I can do the blessing for Pranit in the morning as well.
Okay. Yeah. Make a power roll.
Pranit, have you ever mistreated a cat?
No.
Oh, good, because if it goes wrong, you're in trouble if you have.
I'm even a vegetarian. I don't kick pets.
Okay, so pass by 2, so it is a pass. So
Okay.
you get 1d6 back.
What is it with my
Yay.
characters in this campaign and Bast? I've hunted before.
So I'm
1d6
full.
sanity and 1d6 hit points.
1d6, but do I have to roll it, or does
Yeah,
Stanley roll
yeah.
it?
Oh, I guess Perry, but I don't really mind.
You do it, Perry. So it's on you if I'm
Is he
still
going to
hard.
5. One more than I got.
I can accept it.
Okay.
Shit, so you're actually back to full. But what I will say is you still technically have a major wound, so
Yeah. That's perfectly fine.
because you were hit really, really hard.
I'm also almost full on sanity because I got 83 out of the maximum 90 that I have now.
Yes. Cool. So the train is setting off around 10 o'clock this morning because, again, it takes a long time. It takes like the whole day to get up there. So in the sort of small window you have, is there anything else you want to do whilst you're in Mombasa?
Well, wasn't there talk of seeing this consulate man?
I think that's Nairobi.
Oh, that's Nairobi.
Yeah, they said that he's in Nairobi. Yeah.
Is there
Yeah.
anything else here that we've
Come-
missed?
No, everyone we want to talk to is most likely based in Nairobi.
Can we check out some sort of timetable and prices for ships to Shanghai while we're in the port?
Oh, yes, you can. They certainly do go to Shanghai on, what are they called?
Do they go to Australia as well from here?
Yes, you can go to Australia from here as well. Already planning ahead. Hold on.
No. You see,
You've got to keep
it's
guessing
not
so you read multiple chapters.
absolutely. Plus, we've decided on a new strategy. if it's looking even remotely like we're going to die, we're just going to make a run for the nearest boat.
That's fine. Yes, so you can go to Shanghai from here. You can also go to Australia. It stops in Perth or Perth. In terms of prices, yes, you can get those. I'm not sure if they're actually in here. But yes, both is an option.
Okay, so we can get the both from here then.
In terms of roughly how long they take, it takes about, and again, this is weather permitting. Actually, Australia's a little bit shorter time than Shanghai, but again, it's still about 2 weeks, maybe more.
So time-wise, it wouldn't matter where we went next.
Not really, unless say you got some really bad storms.
So, Nairobi next week?
Yes, well, I'll end with a couple of sentences, which is a nice cliffhanger. So, as you get on the train, of course, with all your luggage. You head out of Mombasa into this lovely kind of open savanna of rolling hills. Some trees in the distance. You can just about see Mount Kilimanjaro as well from where you are, although it isn't very far away. And it's sort of a steady climb all the way. But as night begins to fall at around, let's say, 8 o'clock, I think there's a little bit of rain as well, because you are kind of on the border of the rainy seasons and stuff. You suddenly see this strange light emanating from outside your window. And it's not like a white light or not even an orange. It's more red, like bright red, and then blue. And suddenly coming into view are these two balls, like floating balls of fire.
It's the dragon!
All right.
Right. You're not meant to get excited when this happens.
Wasn't that what the guy said back in London? Where his house burnt down. It was a ball of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Najar place that burned down
For
because
us, Najar also, yeah, burnt down from...
Well, the guy in London in the asylum as well.
The guy in the asylum.
yeah, that
Yep.
too.
That is
Well,
a
that's
recurring
a
pattern,
lot
yes.
to ponder while I'm on the loo. I'll be right back. So, bye to everyone else.
Yes, thank you for that.
A nice picture. There's the cliffhanger.
There's the cliffhanger.
Yes.
All right.
So we're being attacked by fire.
It's so good to be back.
Thank you.
Yes. Most definitely.
At this point, he remembered certain important engagements he had booked in his diary.
Oh dear.
Several thousand miles away.
Yes.
Several thousand miles away.
Yeah.
I think Greenland's the nicest time of year.
And yes, goodness gracious, I was about to say goodness gracious, great balls of fire, but I thought that was a little on the nose. And with regards to your comment, Stephen, this is Call of Cthulhu. This is a game of existential dread and terror and horror. This world is not ready for me doing a naked fan dance. There's no horror that's ready for that. That is a scarring that not even Cthulhu could even come close to conjuring.
I think Cthulhu would have to take a sanity roll for that. Oh dear.
Anyone would have to take a sanity roll for that. And believe you me, they would fail.
Right. Well, on that terrifying note, I'll cut the broadcast.
That was good.
Thank you, everyone. Hopefully
Thank
that
you.
was a nice ease back in, apart from nearly dying at the warehouse.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things I'm missing by memory, so I should read again my summary I've been writing down because
Speaking
I don't
of
recall a lot
which,
of shit.
okay, speaking of which, who wants to do the summary next week for some extra look?
I think, to be honest, I think it was me next on the rotan,
Oh, wow, you remember
anyway.
that? Okay.
I totally forgot even the order we had.
I think
Well-
it was me. I'll double check, but I think it was me next.
Why don't we start with you then, Ronnie, and then why don't we just go round that way?
Okay.
So next is Becky, then it's
So next
called
week
you
I
Pranit
have to
again.
pay attention.
yes. Next week you have to pay attention. Then Giorgio.
right.
then Phil.
See you later, Stephen.
All right. Thank you,
Bye,
everybody.
Steve.
Good night.
Bye bye. See you.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.